Hello homies and welcome to our YouTube channel where we teach you about type 1 diabetes. My name is Caitlin, your type 1 tour guide, and behind the camera is Emma, my partner in crime. In today's video, we're going to be teaching you all about hyperglycemia, so without further ado, let's get to it. So hyperglycemia is when your blood sugar is really high. By really high, I mean not just like above the range that your blood sugar is supposed to be, but like upper 300s and 400s. So today I'm going to tell you all a little bit about the symptoms that I experience when I have a high blood sugar and a little bit on how to bring that blood sugar down. So the symptoms I experience are a lot less than ones when my blood sugar is low. They actually diagnosed me based on the fact that my blood sugar was so high. So when I do have a high blood sugar, it's harder for me to notice the symptoms. Um, so most of the time, the symptom that I experience is irritability. I'm irritated at the smallest things. I get frustrated with people super easily. And most of the time, my friends and family notice that and catch that before I even do. They always tell me to check my blood sugar to make sure, which is always a good place to start because you don't want to give yourself insulin or eat something or try to counter it if you don't actually know what your blood sugar is. So it's important to know that your blood sugar is high before trying to treat a high blood sugar. You do that using the glucometer, which I did a demonstration video on, and the link will be in the description. So you all can go check that out. But as far as other symptoms of me having a high blood sugar, I get a little hot, like not necessarily like super hot and super sweaty, but just feel like a little hot like sting through my body almost. So it's important to make sure that like when you notice a symptom and you notice that it's like reoccurring, especially for high blood sugar, that you make note of it for the future. So in order to counter a high blood sugar or hyperglycemia, I give myself a correction dose. So I have a pump, so my correction is already plugged in, but it's important that if you have a pen, you know your correction dose, and your doctor will give that to you. So if you work closely with your endocrinologist, they'll give you those numbers because you want to make sure that your correction isn't too much or too little because it could either tank your blood sugar super low or not help your high. So I type in on my pump what my blood sugar is, and it calculates that correction dose for me. So basically what a correction dose is it's an extra little bit of insulin that you put in your body that allows your sugar to come down. So a lot of times after you have like a super big meal or a lot of sugar, your sugar will skyrocket. If you don't give yourself the right amount of insulin, you'll ride at a high blood sugar for a long time, and you may have to give a correction, which is just, like I said, a little more insulin. Something else with high blood sugars it's important that you check for is ketones. So ketones can be traced through your urine. So most diabetics will have what's called keto sticks, and they're in like, kind of like a bottle like this. They basically what you do is you urinate on the tip of the stick. So you urinate on the top up here, and then give it like 10 seconds. You want to make sure it's like straight from the stream, like not dipping it in the toilet or something like that. But you give it about 10 seconds, and this top square will change color. So there's actually a color scale on the side of the bottle. So what you'll do is you'll take this and you'll hold it up next to like these colors and see which one it matches. So it goes everything from like negative to trace, small, moderate, and then large amounts of ketones. So if you have ketones, you need to reach out to your endocrinologist or your doctor and let them know because it's important that you are able to get those out of your system. If you don't have ketones, then that's okay. Not everybody with a high blood sugar has ketones. So it's not something that will occur every single time you have high blood sugar. I've had many of high blood sugars and actually have never tested with ketones. When I was first diagnosed, I had ketones because my sugar had been so high for so long. But now if my sugar is 300, I test for ketones, I don't actually have ketones. So it's not something that you should stress about all the time, but it is something of importance that you should check for. Also, if you notice that you're having a lot of high blood sugar moments or hyperglycemia, you need to reach out to your doctor. It's important that you make sure your numbers are okay. A lot of times if you're eating and you're giving yourself the right amount of insulin and it's not helping, that means your numbers will be off, and they can help you adjust that. So make sure you're checking your sugar and keeping up with that so you can give them an update on that. So that's it for today's video. Be sure to let us know if you all have any questions that we can help you with. And if you all have any other questions, make sure to let your doctor know as well. Until next time, homies.